Okay, so earlier today I was doing a guided meditation. It was a meditation session that I'd found a few years ago. It had really good results with it, and I was able to get really deep into a meditative state. So I hung on to it for a long time, and recently pulled it out again and went through it. And I came came to kind of a theory. While I was really deep in a deep meditative state, I would keep trying to go deeper into it, but the moment I got to a point where I felt like I was about to break through a threshold, my right leg, most of you probably don't know, is kind of messed up due to my epilepsy, would start jerking around or just tightening up, and it would kind of knock me out of it. For those of you who don't know, my epilepsy mostly affects my right side, so my right leg mostly is kind of screwed up at spasms and involuntarily. The foot is kind of all scrunched up. It's not like deformed or anything, but it's really tight. Not very much mobility in it. So yeah, and so in this meditation, you're basically using spiritual energy from the source to go down your body, to open all the energy outputs, to open them all up, all your chakras, and clean them out and open them. And near the end of the meditation, I noticed this pattern that was going on. My leg kept tightening up whenever I got too deep into it, and so I started visualizing the energy, the source energy, going down my leg, basically kind of pushing out what I was visualizing as this like black energy, and in this state, I could really feel it. I could really feel it going down my leg and pushing it out. And the further down my leg it went, the more my leg started jerking around. It wasn't exactly jerking around, but it would tighten up. I had a really hard time getting it to just let go. It took all my concentration to keep it from jerking around, but it just got harder and harder to do so. Finally, I was almost to the ankle, and it just suddenly... Oh, and a side note, whenever my leg did tighten up, it basically seemed like I would lose ground, like the black energy would push itself back up my leg a bit. But I finally got near the ankle, and when I got I was almost to the ankle when my leg just completely tightened up all at once, and the black energy just shoved itself all the way back up my leg. And I realized I'm not going to be able to do this without some help. And the whole time I was doing that, my intuition was telling me, this is it. This is the dark energy, the past life issue that I've been told about so many times, talked about so many times, and so I basically concluded that the dark, I haven't figured out what to call it yet. For now, I'll just go with past life issue. My past life issue is, well, physically, it is trapped in my right leg. I think it has a lot to do with my epilepsy, like why I developed epilepsy when I hadn't had a seizure until I was like 7 years old. Once all of a sudden it pops up, and it's why I can't go as deep as I would like to in a meditation session, to what E.A. Koetting would call the rapture, where you begin actually seeing things, and really beginning to experience the metaphysical. And yeah, so the only path right now to dealing with that I have at the moment would be to take black ayahuasca. To go back to Peru and take black ayahuasca. It's the most powerful, most intense ayahuasca there is. I read up on it, and they talked about how it's meant for bringing on more powerful purging, to kind of increase the ability of yourself to purge those big issues, to get through to them. And this is what Gary from Tierra Vita told me, was that while I was during a ceremony, he told me that he was perceiving a shield that I had up. Behind it was a layer of flesh or skin, and he and some light workers, some spiritual light workers, had been working on it for a while, and then he comes over and he's like, I can't get through it, and the light workers are telling me that that if you want to get through it, you're gonna have to drink black ayahuasca. So at this point, that's my goal, to get back to Peru and deal with this problem. And actually, now that I know where it is, or I think I know where it is, it'll be a lot easier to focus on the issue and deal with it. I had a lot of experiences where I was just kind of pulling issues off of my body, and now that I know where it resides, I might be able to kind of focus my intention on that particular area. With ayahuasca, you would believe how much your intention affects the outcome. So, yeah.